Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. How are you, students? Hope all of you are fine. Today, our 9 lectures and our exercise is 6.5. 6.5 is about the factorization of a square minus b square, and this is the type of 4. We have done already 3 type of factorization. In first, we have only one expression ka plus kb plus kc. 2 or 3 terms are given and we take common from these and we do the factorization and convert the expression into the product of 2 factors. Then in type 2, we have 4 terms and we make the partner and then we take common. 2 times we do the step of common terms and then we call the complete factorization. In type 3, we have done a plus b whole square, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b whole square, which is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. All the questions are regarding these two formulas. Now we have type 4, a square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b into a minus b, or a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. Let's start the factorization. There are 18 questions in your exercise. In this page, there are 10 questions. We start from the question number 1. 9 minus x square. 9 is a square of 3 and x is a square of x. A is 3 and b is x. We put the values in the formula. 3 square minus x square. This is equal to a plus b and a minus b. So according to the formula, we write there 3 plus x into 3 minus x. The next question. In this question, you see minus 6 plus 6y square is given. Negative sign in the first term and positive sign in the second term. So first we rearrange the term. Rearrange mean first we write 6y square then minus 6. And also you can take minus sign common. Then your term become 1 minus 6y square. But you see in this question, 6 is not the square of any number. It means we will take 6 common and then the remaining term we see that whether we can apply the formula over there or we simplify it again. After taking 6 common, y square minus 1 is left. So no need to simplify it more, only we apply the formula over here. Y is a square of y and 1 is a square of 1. Definitely a plus 1 and a minus b and a plus b, y plus 1 and y minus 1. A is y and b is 1. But you write 6 in the answer because we take 6 common. In throughout all the step you must write 6. Let's come to the next question. All the questions are on the same method, the same formula that you have done in class 7. The variables and the coefficients are changed. In some terms we take common, in some terms we arrange the terms, and in some questions we direct apply the formula and got the answer. Now you see in this question again, x cube y minus xy cube. So x cube is not the square of any term and y cube also is not the square of any term. It means that first we split the terms, then we take common and we apply the formula on the remaining term. X cube means 3 times x into y minus x into 3 times y. Xy is common in each term. We take common xy. The remaining term is x square minus y square. X square is the square of x and y square is the square of y. So according to the question, A is x and B is y. xy into a plus b into a minus b, a plus b, x plus y, a minus b, x minus y. So when we split x cube y minus xy cube, we got the factors, three factors are there, xy, x plus y, and x minus y. Now we have question number 5, 16a square minus 400b square. I told you in the previous lecture that first we see the coefficient of the variables, if we can split, whether we can got the common numbers or not. If there are any number common, so first you take common and then you apply the formula. Otherwise, according to the question, we have the square, 16 is a square of 4 and 400 is a square of 20. And we can apply the formula directly, but at the end, after finding the answer, again we will take common. So it is better that we take the common in the beginning. We make the factor of 400, 16 into 25. We take 16 common. Now a into a, and the factors of 400 are 16 into 25. B into b, we take 16 common. A square minus 25b square. Now you see that within the bracket, the terms, we can take the square of these terms easily. A is the square of a, and 25b square is a square of which number? 5b. Good. A square minus 5b square. A plus 5b, a minus 5b. Because according to the question, a is a and b is 5b. Only you find that the number are the square of which number, then it will be very easy to you to put the values in the formula, because it is difficult to find a and b only. When we calculate a and b in our questions, then only we put the values in the formula and we got our required answer. Yes, the next question is question number 7. 7xy square minus 343x. Look at the first term, 7xy square. Only in this term, y is only the variable which is the square of y. Otherwise, x is not the square of any number, and also 7 is not the square of any number. Then come to the second term, 343x. 343. This is not the square of any number. You can take the square root of 343 and you can see that you cannot find the whole number. Your answer will be in the decimals. And again, x is not the square of any number. It means that in this question we need to split the terms and we see that which terms are common. After taking common, we apply the formula. 7, the factors of 7 are 7 into 1, and also the factor of x is only x into 1. So instead of this, we write 7 into x into, there are two y's, y into y. I mean y square. So we write y 2 times minus. Now because in the first term there is 7, so that's why you divide 343 with 7 and you see that 7 into 49. The product of 7 and 49 is 343. So that's why we write 7 into 49, because also in the first term there is 7. 7 into 49 into x. Now careful when you are taking the common terms. 7 is common and x is common. In the first term, when we take 7x, y square is left and minus 49 is left. Now y is the square of y and 49 is the square of 7. According to our question, a is y and b is 7. A plus b into a minus b. Simply you will put the values of a and b in the formula, y plus 7 and y minus 7. So the factors of 7xy square minus 343x are 7x, y plus 7 and y minus 7. When you have these type of question in which the number you see the coefficient, if we cannot take the square of that coefficient, I mean the coefficient is not the square of any number, it means that in that question you must take the common. Otherwise you cannot apply the formula, because 7 is not the square of any number. You cannot write 7xy whole square, because 7 and x, they both are separate, and y square, this is the separate variable. So you cannot put the square on all these three numbers. Square is only on y, not on 7x. Yes, come to the next question. Question number 8, again same that the previous one, 5x cube minus 45x. You see that 5 and 45. 5 is not the square of any term, and also same 45. 45 is not the square of any number. Then come to the variables, x cube. Definitely there is cube, it means that is not the square. And in the next term, x. Again, x is not the square of any number. It means that what will we do? We split the coefficients and also the power of the variable. Then we see that which coefficient or which power is common. The lowest power of the variable is 1, I mean x. It means that we take x common. Now we split the coefficients. We make the factors. The factor of 5 is definitely 5. We split x cube, x into x into x, and 45, 5 into 9. When we split the term, there must be one factor with 5. 5 into 9 into x. Now which coefficient, which number is common? 5. Which variable? X. 5x is common. The remaining terms are x square minus 9. And it is same as we done the question number 1. X square minus 9. X square is the square of x, and 9 is the square of 3. A is x and B is 3. So by putting the values in the formula, 5x, x square minus 3 square, a plus b into a minus b, x plus 3 into x minus 3. So after factorizing, we see that the factors of 5x cube minus 45x are 5x into x plus 3 into x minus 3. Is it clear to you? The next question, question number 9. Now you say the formation of the question is changed over here. 11a plus b whole square. In the first term, a plus b whole square is given. It doesn't mean that you will apply the formula of a plus b whole square. No need to open this square. This is only shows the term minus 99c square. Again, 11 is not the square of any number, same as 99 is not the square of any number. So definitely we split 99. When we split 99, one factor must be of 11. 11 into a plus b whole square minus, when we split 99, 11 into 9 into c square. I told you that you will never open the a plus b whole square. This shows the term. This is our first term, a. A plus b is a and b is 3. A plus b whole square minus 9c square. A plus b whole square minus 3c whole square. A plus b whole square minus 3c whole square. I am telling you again and again that a plus b means a. It doesn't mean this is the formula. This is only the term. A plus b is equal to a. When we put the value in the formula, a plus b into a minus b, because a is a plus b and b is 3c. So our answer will become 11a plus b plus 3c, and a plus b minus 3. See, I put here by mistake negative sign, but there is a plus b minus 3c. And also in the question, a plus b will be same, only the sign of 3c will be changed. In first bracket, the sign of 3c will be plus, and in the next bracket, the sign of 3c will be minus. But a plus b will be same. A plus b and a plus b, in both bracket, a plus b will be same. So be careful. You can do the correction over here. Yes, come to question number 10. This is 75 minus 3a minus b whole square. Same condition that we have done in the previous one. On that question, the first term was a plus b, and in this question, a minus b. This is one term. We consider a minus b is as a one term. No need to open the formula over here. Again, you see first term 75. 75 is not the square of any number, and also 3 is not the square of any number. So we split 75, 3 into 25 minus 3 into a minus b whole square. Now we take 3 common. 25 is left from the first term, and a minus b is left from the second. Now, according to our question, 25 is a square of 5, and a minus b whole square is definitely is a square of itself. So a is 5 and b is a minus b. A is 5 and b is a minus b. Now we put the values a plus b into a minus b. 5 plus a minus b, and then 5 minus a plus b. You see there is a change of sign in the first and the second term. In the first bracket, b is minus, and in the second bracket, b is plus. Because in the first bracket, we apply a plus b. Before a, there is positive sign, so no need to change the sign of b. 5 plus a minus b. But in the second term, before a, there is negative sign, so this negative sign change the sign of b, and negative convert into positive. 5 minus a plus b. This is the difference in the previous and in this question. On that question, a plus b was the first term, so that's why no change in the sign of a and b. But in this question, a minus b is the second term, so that's why we change the sign of the variable over here, because the formula is a plus b into a minus b. I think you got my point. Yes? Good. Yes, now come to the next page. Question number 11. X minus 9 by 5 whole square minus 36 over 25 y square. Again, you see that the shape of the question is same. Formation is only changed. Formation means the coefficients are changed, but you see two terms are given and there is negative sign in between them. So definitely we will apply the formula a square minus b square, but the variables coefficients are different. X minus 9 by 5, now terms are given in the form of fraction. X minus 9 over 5 whole square, no need to take the square of any number because it is already the square of x minus 9 by 5 which is given to us. No need to open it with the formula. This is over a. X minus 9 over 5, we consider this as a. Minus 36 over 25. 36 is the square of 6 and 25 is the square of 5. So instead of 36 over 25 y whole square, we can write 6 over 5 y whole square. A is x minus 9 by 5 and b is 6 over 5 y. 6 over 5 y. Yes, now we put the formula a plus b and a minus b. Because our first term is x minus 9 over 5, so no need to change the sign in any condition. Either you put the positive sign or the negative sign. x minus 9 over 5 plus 6 over 5 and then x minus 9 over 5, this is minus 6 over 5. In the next bracket, there is negative sign. X minus 9 by 5 minus 6 by 5. So our answer will become x minus 9 by 5 plus 6 by 5 and x minus 9 by 5 minus 6 by 5. Do the correction over here. Question number 12, 25 into x plus 5 by 4y square. Now 25 is a coefficient of x plus 5 over 4y square minus again 16 is a coefficient of x plus 7 over 4 whole square. So first we convert this in the whole square and then we apply the formula. Because 25 is a square of 5 and 16 is a square of which number? 4. So we write 5 x plus 5 by 4 whole square minus 4 x plus 7 over 4 whole square. In our first step, what we will do? We convert 25 into 5 and 16 into 4. Because 25 is a square of 5 and 16 is a square of 4. And also they are the coefficient of those terms which already have the square. So we write them within one bracket and write the square over there. Now open the bracket. First we multiply 5 with x and 5 by 4. 5x plus 5 times 5 is 25. You cannot multiply 5 with 4 because 4 is in the denominator and both 5 are in the numerator. So we only multiply 5 with 5. We cannot multiply 5 and 4. 5x plus 25 over 4 whole square minus come to the next term. Same, you multiply 4 within the brackets. 4x plus 4 times 7 is 28. 28 over 4. Again, you cannot multiply 4 with 4 because 4 and 7, they both are in the numerator and 4 is in the denominator. We cannot multiply the numerator and the denominator. Now, according to our question, A is 5x plus 25 over 4 and B is 4x plus 28 over 4. Now we apply the formula A plus B into A minus B. There is no change in the first bracket, 5x plus 25 over 4, because this is before the negative sign and before the positive sign. So always there is no change in the first term. You can change the sign in the second term, second bracket. Yes, 5x plus 25 over 4 minus 4x minus 28 over 4, because A minus B and there is negative sign before 4x, so it also changed the sign of 28 over 4. In the next bracket, A plus B, 5x plus 25 over 4 plus 4x plus 28 over 4. Now you see that in each bracket there are 2x, 2 terms of x and 2 terms of constant term. Same in the second bracket, we have 2 x terms and 2 constant terms. So we equate the like terms. Like terms mean we write x with x and constant with constant term because it will be easy to us calculate the numbers. 5x minus 4x plus 25 over 4 minus 28 over 4. 5 and minus 4 will be x. Because the denominator is same, so we directly simplify the numerator. 25 minus 28 is minus 3. X minus 3 by 4. This is the solution of the first bracket. Now come to the second one. 5x plus 4x. 5 and 4, 9. 9x plus, now both constant terms are positive. Denominator is same. We add the numerators only. 25 plus 28. 53. So our required answer is x minus 3 by 4 into 9x plus 53 over 4. Next question is 13. 16 a plus b whole square minus 49 a minus b whole square. This is same that we have done the previous one. 16 is a square of 4 and 49 is also the square of 7. So we can write 4 into a plus b whole square and also 7 into a minus b whole square, because the coefficient of a plus b whole square is 16. So that's why when we take the half of 16, we write within the bracket 4 into a plus b whole square and 7 into a minus b whole square. Now we open the brackets when 4a plus 4b and 7a minus 7b. So according to the question, over a is this whole number 4 into a plus b. This whole term is a, and b is whole term 7 into a minus b. Now when we put in the formula a plus b into a minus b, I told you when you have the positive sign or a negative sign in the first term, no need to change the sign of that bracket. The change of the sign will be in the second bracket. A minus b, 4a plus 4b minus 7a. Because there is negative sign, so instead of minus b, we put here plus 7b. Now come to the second bracket, 4a plus 4b, a plus b. This is a plus b, so that's why no change in the sign of a minus b. 7a minus 7b. The sign of b is negative, but in the first bracket, the sign of b is changed and it becomes plus 7b because we put there negative sign. Now again you see that in the first bracket we have two a's and two b's. I mean two terms of a and two terms of b. 4a minus 7a. When you simplify it, we got minus 3. 7b plus 4b, when we add them, answer will become 11b. Same in the second bracket, 4a plus 7a. Now there is positive sign, so we add 7 and 4, 11a. And now we have 4b and minus 7b. When we subtract them, then according to the rule of subtraction, we subtract and we put the sign of the greater number, which is minus 11a minus 3b. Our required answer is minus 3a plus 11b into 11a minus 3b. Now before question 15, the statement is given, evaluate the following. Although you can simplify these questions directly with the calculator, but without formula you cannot do this, because in the one step you cannot find the answer. Only instead of the variable they put their numbers 371 and 129, the same a square minus b square. Two terms are in the form of square and there is a negative sign. So it is understood that we will apply the formula. Which formula? A square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So according to the question, 674.17 whole square minus 325.83 whole square. A is 674.17 and B is 325.83. Only instead of A you put 674.17 and B 325.83. In the first bracket we add these number and in the second we subtract these. When we add we got 1000 and when we subtract we got 348.34. Now take the product of these two terms, 348340. This is our required answer. And you can verify your answer by taking directly the square with the calculator and subtract the term. You see that your answer will be the same. But this is only for the verification, not for the actual solution. For the solution, you will apply the formula and you must do all these steps. Question number 17. 17 and 18, they both are same. 15 and 16, they both are same. I done question 16 for you, and 15 you will do by yourself. Same, I did question 17 for you, and you will do question 18 by yourself. A square minus b square, 0.567 whole square minus 0.433 whole square over 0.567 minus 0.433. We cannot apply the formula in the denominator because already the powers of the numbers are 1, 1. So no formula we can apply here, or only we can apply the formula in the numerator, because two terms are given in the form of square and there is negative sign in between them. It means that we apply there a plus b into a minus b. A plus b, 0.567 plus 0.433 into a minus b, 0.567 minus 0.433. Now you see that in the numerator and in the denominator, one term is same. So we cancel that term, and the left term will be, the remaining term will be 0.567 plus 0.433. When we add them, we got 1. And again, you can verify your answer by the calculator. You directly put the values. When you simplify them, you got your answer 1. But it is necessary that you will do all the steps in the solution. No need to do the question directly with the calculator because no number will be given to you. Okay, student, we have finished exercise 6.5. Alhamdulillah. Only one concept is there, a square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b into a minus b. Although the formation of the question are changed, but the formula is same in all the question. And the question which are different from each other, I done all that parts for you. Now the remaining question you will do by yourself and try them. If you have any problem, you can ask me, and I hope that you have no problem, inshallah, inshallah. And you see in the next exercise, we have both the formulas of 6.4 and 6.5. We apply these two formulas in one exercise in one question. Inshallah, we will meet it again. Thank you so very much. Allah.